All right. This is my review for Superman Quest for Peace or Superman 4. Alrighty. I like this movie. I actually did. This movie was way better than Superman 3. With what's his name? I'm forgetting the comedian's name, Richard Pryor. So that it's funny because I thought that was gonna be my favorite. Interesting enough, because I like Richard Pryor. I was like, this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna go on a rant for that movie. If you want to watch my Superman 3 review, you can find it. But that was just not for me. That movie was so comedic and so like over the top. Like I just wasn't riding with it. This movie is way better. I would have watched Superman Quest for Peace 5 times before I watched Superman 3 ever again. So like, what do I like about this movie? What I liked about it is that this movie is still prevalent as prevalent today as it was when it came out. Like with nuclear powers and nuclear missiles and the world on the brink, you know, like every day, all I'm gonna do is say this. I like what the story did. I like the story. The story is where it sings for me. I can understand if people don't like Nuclear Man and all those type of things. I can understand those critiques. But as far as the story, for me, it's a very interesting story. Because I like how Clark is, you know, it's poses that question, you know, like this kid poses the question, like he says, hey, you know, can Superman go take out all the nukes? You know, like what he says, Superman, why doesn't he just take all the nukes out, you know, and get rid of all the nukes? And I just like it because it's just like today, we live in a world where, you know, honestly, anything can happen at any moment. You know, like I'm most of the time I'm about half glass full kind of guy. But I do understand the realistic situations of life, and I do understand that just how I'm sitting here speaking to you, it could be like this. Gone. Hiroshima. It could just be done. And that thought is in the back of my mind more often than I would like. And that's why I really love this movie. It was like almost like a bit of a hug from Superman. Like, hey, I'm gonna take all the nukes and throw them to the sun. And that's why I feel like this movie is prevalent even now as when it came out. I'm sure when it came out, there were people who saw this movie who really felt like a sense of hope or a sense of, you know, something that, you know, Christopher Reeve was really trying to embody. And I think that's what makes this movie great. And that you can have that hopefulness. And he says something towards the end of the film that I really think is true, which is Lex asked him something. He said, oh, did you save the world or whatever? And he said, the world is as it always will be, or as it always was, on the brink with good fighting against evil, you know, like that balance, you know? And I like that he said that because it's like nothing's going to be perfect. It's never going to be the Garden of Eden, you know? It's never going to be perfect. No one's ever going to be, and everyone is never going to be happy. That's just the truth of it. And it's just like watching him take all those missiles and all the nukes and throw them into the sun. It's just like, just seeing that. I can't imagine seeing that back then, thinking about like, you know, the way we think about it now, they have stuff that could destroy us even way worse than it did back then. But just, I can imagine being a kid watching it back then and just being like, wow, like it just seeing him do that in the movie, just the visualization of seeing Superman take all those nukes and throw it into the sun is like, I was smiling for like almost the whole film. I know that this movie isn't perfect, but for me, the story of that is just so real that I love it. I love it. Like honestly, like out of all the Superman movies, part 1 is really good. Part 2 was like my favorite. Now part 4 is my favorite. If I had to put them in the list, I would go Quest for Peace. And there's other reasons why I love it, and not just because of the nukes, but because of not because of the way Superman is trying to, you know, really take everything out away and try to create peace around the earth, but also because I love the way Superman tries to juggle, he tries to juggle Lois Lane and this new publisher who comes to town. I like how he tries to like kind of juggle both of these women, and Clark is just so sly. Like he's not sly, he's smooth, but he's also sly a little bit too, because he does something in this movie that I don't agree with. And I can't believe he did, which is that he literally is like feeling down, and he basically treats Lois almost like a drug, like, oh, let me take a hit of you real quick and put you back where you belong. Like he literally just says, oh, come to the roof, jumps off the roof of Lois. Lois is going crazy, and Superman just like chill. He's just like, I got this. I'm gonna be Superman real quick. He reveals his identity quick because he knows everything's gonna go good because he did it already. And he's like flying with her. And I'm like, oh snap, this movie's gonna be good. Lois is gonna know Superman is Lois is gonna know Clark Superman for the whole movie, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna have that love and I'm going back and forth again. And then no. What does Superman do? When he comes back, he brings him back to the top of the roof, gives her a kiss, and she forgets. I'm like, bro, I can't believe Clark is doing this. And then he's still kind of trying to juggle this publisher woman. Cause I know he thinks he's cute. He doesn't really say it outright, but he from the moment he's seen that girl, he was looking at her like, okay, this might be my flavor of the week. I don't know. I might have to act like I'm just a little Kansas boy a little bit more. I kind of wanted them to hit it off, even though he still loves Lois, and that was showing in him, using her like as a drug a little bit, just to kind of like, he's feeling like down, and he just like, I just miss her, and then bring her back and then just put her back on the shelf, kissed her, made her forget. I'm like, dang, bro. But I thought it would have been interesting if he just went with her for a little bit. That would have been pretty cool. But I just like seeing the women in Clark's lives. It's always interesting. It's always interesting seeing how Clark deals with women as being Superman. So I enjoyed that part of the story so much, which is why I think this is one of my favorites. If I did have to go in order, it would be Quest for Peace, and then it would be Superman 2 with Zod, and then I go Superman 1, and then we could throw out the third one. Anyways, but if I had to, and if I had to do this out of 5, just to kind of put it out there if people want to know, if I had to grade this out of 5 stars, I would say I give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I want to give it a 4. My heart is saying 4, but when I really think about the full movie, but here's the thing. Everyone's different, but for me, when I go to the movies and stuff, I grade movies on my experience. How did I feel? How was my experience? So I gotta be honest. My experience was a 4. I can't say 3.5. If I'm grading, that's how I normally mentally think about things. If I go to a movie, even if the plot sucked, even if everything sucked about the movie, but did I have fun with it? If I had fun with the movie, that's how I grade movies. It's like my experience. And I gotta be honest, my experience with this film was a 4. I was smiling the whole time. I can't lie. If I recorded myself, you would see me smiling. I would have been laughing. You would have been like, he's insane. But I'm laughing and going crazy about things that I don't even understand. Like, for instance, if someone tells me they hate this movie because of the use of Superman's powers, I would agree. I would understand that. But I still had so much fun with it because I didn't expect it. Like, for instance, there's a point where Superman's using powers that I don't know if I gotta go back and read comics, but someone tell me if this is in the comics or not. Like, first of all, I didn't even know that. So I know that I've heard about Superman kissing and a woman forgetting. I've heard about that. And if that's in the comics, okay, I understand. But he does a lot of things with his powers. He almost has magic in this. I'm like, whoa. First of all, this guy he's fighting, Nuclear Man, he has people floating in the air. He zaps them like this, and they're floating. And then I'm like, oh man, Superman gotta go catch him. No, Superman does this. He just looks at them like this. And he's like, and he's bringing them down. He gives them like a smolder. He's like, and he lowers them down like he has telekinesis or something. I'm like, when was this a Superman power? So if it is in the comics, then I guess whatever. But I never heard about this. So I was like, what? I was like flabbergasted. And that's part of why I love this movie, because there was so much stuff I did not expect. I didn't expect him to kiss Lois and make her forget again. Like, he does so much stuff. But mainly, I love him juggling the women. I love him having an interview with Lois and the publisher, and then running out and coming back in, and like him playing dumb. Like, he's such a great actor, and he's such Clark, and he's such Kent. I mean, he's such Clark, and he's such Kal-El. He's such Superman, and he's such Clark Kent. Like, he plays those roles so perfectly. So see him fly back and like go through the lobby and like trying to have an interview at the same time. Like, that's where the movie was singing for me. I was having a lot of fun with it, and I was like, wow, this is great. So that's why I love it. And then just the battles, he had really good fights with Nuclear Man, I will say for sure. I like the battles. Very interesting battles. But there's a point where Nuclear Man is destroying the city and Clark is standing and watching him because he has some type of plan to shoot down his power. I'm like, bro, stop him. He's like, it's like almost like 2 minutes seeing him just like lighting everything on fire, and Clark is just standing there, or Superman standing there. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing? But then like he looks at the people and he brings them down with his eyes. I'm like, yo. And then another part I'll say, Nuclear Man flies to freaking the great, that's the one thing I love about the movie. Nuclear Man was a freaking menace. Like, he was a menace. He was like, actually have a villain who's like really, he's like picking up the Statue of Liberty, and like, he's going in. Like, he's about to throw the Statue of Liberty into some buildings. I'm like, yo, the whole movie, I was like, yo, my mind just kept saying, what is about to happen? What is about to happen? And Nuclear Man is just, he don't care. He don't care about none. But I can't lie. I was enjoying it, and that's what my experience was good. And yeah, so when he gets to the Great Wall of China, Nuclear Man blasts the like Great Wall of China, like OD, like a lot. Rubble falling, people falling. Superman picks up someone, puts him down, and then he backs up from the wall. He looks at the wall. I think he zaps it with his eyes or something, and the wall materializes back together. This is why I need to do reactions, because I swear, bro, I swear, I'm not really a crazy reacting. I don't think. I normally watch stuff and I'm just like, yo, this is interesting. Or it takes a lot to elicit a reaction out of me. But when I was watching this movie, when he did that, I was laughing for like 3 minutes straight. Like I probably missed some of the movie because I was laughing for like 3 minutes. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, I couldn't even fathom that happened. I never knew about this happening. I'm watching it happen. I'm like, as someone told me this happened, and it was only a multiple choice. It was like A, B, C. Which one is true or false or whatever? I would be like, no, he didn't do that. He didn't put someone down with his eyes like this. He didn't zap a building back into action. Like, I'm like, there's no way that happens. So I was watching it like, yo, what is going on? But like I said, my full experience of the film was enjoyable. When it was done, I was like, I can't believe I just seen this, but it was great. And it's because Christopher Reeve is Superman. Like, I love my boy Henry. I'm about to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's the last Superman movie I gotta watch. I've been basically going back and watching all of them. But if I'm being honest, I have not rewatched Superman Returns. If I want, I could go back and watch that, but I don't know. I'm already so far ahead. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'll think about it, but I'm definitely excited to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League and see my boy Henry back in the suit. But the point is, all this really stemmed from the new Superman. I saw it and it kind of gave me so much hope, and I loved it. And I was like, I didn't expect to love it. I didn't even want to love it, but it caught me. I can't lie. I felt hope. I was watching it. I felt the magic of Superman again, and it made me go back in time and watch all these Superman stuff. So, and I'm already rewatching Smallville. I just love Superman. But the point is this. I like this movie. I just don't understand these powers that Superman or Clark has, and I need to look it up and see if these were ever in the comics. If they were, then disregard everything I say. I'm the crazy one, but I had no idea. And if these are his powers in the comics, how come he doesn't keep them throughout? How come we don't see him use this in like Justice League and things, and like animated shows? I don't know. Or if he does and I forgot, I don't know. But the point is, Nuclear Man fight was pretty cool. I liked it, and I do think that it was just insane. Their fight was insane. He was fighting on the moon. Wherever they were shooting that on the moon looked so cool. It looked like the real moon. And tell me this. This is when I would think I like literally was like, I'm watching a comic book movie. Just relax. At first I said, there's no way that Clark, and I gotta watch that part again, but there's no way that Clark literally moved the moon and put it in front of the sun. Do you know what that would do to the Earth? I know when you watch movies like this, you should remove your brain and just like remove a part of it, just like suspend disbelief and just watch it and have fun with the movie. But excuse me, if you move the moon, if you take the moon and move it like this, Earth is gonna go like insane. The waterways, we're gonna have tsunamis. Do you understand what the ramifications of moving the moon is so insane that when I was watching the movie, I was like, there's no way he moved the moon. I still don't even think he moved the moon because I just think it's so insane. I don't even think he moved it. I'm pretty sure he did because I watched it and it was the moon. But in my mind, I'm saying he should have broke off maybe a big chunk of the moon, or like, I don't know, like, or flew super far to a different piece of something and picked it up and then cut it in half and bring a big piece of something and block out the sun. But you know, the sun is so big. And I don't even know if the sun is bigger than the moon. I don't even think the sun is, I think the sun is bigger than the moon. All right, now I'm getting into stuff I don't know about. People are gonna say I'm stupid, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the sun is bigger than the moon. But the point I'm trying to say is this. He blocked it out. I mean, yeah, we have the lunar eclipse. So yeah, the moon can block out the sun. But the point is, I don't even remember if he put it back. I don't even, I gotta double check, but I'm pretty sure in the movie he shouldn't be moving the moon back. But I watched it and I don't remember him putting it back. Or if they did a quick shot, they need to slow it down so we could really get the gravity of the situation that he's really putting the moon back. Because we need to know if he puts the moon back. Because if he doesn't, Earth is gonna be in shambles. And even if he does, imagine this. Imagine a giant took the moon, moved it in front of the sun forcibly, and then moved it back and just looked at the Earth. What do you think would happen? That's an interesting, crazy, scary, awesome 2012 movie kind of thoughts if someone wants to write a movie about that. But the point is, I think catastrophic. But did I have fun with the movie? That's the point. I did. I had fun with the movie. Christopher Reeve came through, and I really like the fact that I read into it a little bit. They talked about how Christopher Reeve, he was really thinking about nuclear stuff going on in the real world, and that's why he said, you know what, I want to help write this movie, and he helped with the story of the movie, and that's why he's literally fighting Nuclear Man, because he wants to fight. He wants, you know, he had a lot of thoughts about nuclear powers and different things like that. And I like that this movie took this route, because even now, me watching it now, I'm able to enjoy it and actually have a sense of hope watching it. Like, dang, like, what if that, you know, like, and the thing is, even though I'm a half glass full guy, I do understand the realistic ramifications of it. I'm sitting here, I'm able to record videos and like go on YouTube and like go to work and come home and like walk on these nice paved streets. The only reason I'm able to do that is because people are at war fighting. So I'm not oblivious to it. I know that there's war, but it's just like, for us all to have nukes, like, I understand, like, oh, we have to have nukes because someone else has nukes. I get it. So it's kind of like, it's just a big, insane circle. But that's why I really like, imagine if Superman really did that. He took it all our nukes and threw them out. I like that what Lex says to him towards the end of the movie. He's like, so what'd you do? Fix the world or whatever? And then Clark is like, or Superman is like, no, the world is as it always is. Or the world is just as it was. Just as it was. It's on the brink with good fighting evil. And I just like that line, because it's just like, that's where we are. That's what life basically is. It's yin and yang. It's good and evil. You can't have a perfect society. If you try to create a perfect society, that's how you have that's basically how you have totalitarian things, and basically everyone just having to do one thing. And so if someone's trying to make everything so perfect, then nothing's perfect. Then it's like you're infringing on people's rights and stuff. So I really like that balance of good and evil, that yin and yang on the brink. It sucks, but on the brink is pretty much how we live. Like, there's no telling what can happen at any point. So I'm just grateful to be here right now and be able to watch Superman movies. And I'm gonna keep doing what I can while I can, and, you know, just enjoy life. And the next one will be Snyder Justice League. So I can't wait to watch that again and relive it and come back with my review. And other than that, a fun fact what I'll say is that Christopher Reeve made the deal to sign on to this movie on one condition. He wanted to talk about nuclear films. He wanted to talk about nuclear. He wanted to impart his take onto the story and try to bring hope to the world and try to put away the nukes and everything like that. And then also, he wanted to do a movie that was close to his heart, which is called Mean Streets. And it's interesting because Mean Streets was the breakout role for Mr. Morgan Freeman. If you know Morgan Freeman, most people should know Morgan Freeman. He's a pretty awesome actor. So I've never seen Mean Streets, but since I heard that and it was connected to this film, guess what? Now I would like to watch Mean Streets. So I'm gonna check out Mean Streets, and you guys check out my review at some point. But if anyone wants to see that, but I'm just curious because it's a breakout role for Morgan Freeman, and this was a film that was close to Christopher Reeve's heart. So I'm curious to see what it was about, and I'm gonna check it out. And also, take care. Spread love and light. It's Deja, know the name. This is my journey, and Christopher Reeve he's Superman. I gotta say it one time, like his Clark Kent is so good, and his Superman is so smooth. It's just like I wanna watch Superman 1 and 2 and 4 maybe again at some point. Not 3. I'm never watching that again. But the point is, he's so smooth, and I just like him, man. He just does it. I think any actor who wants to be Superman, they need to just watch it over and over and over. But yeah. But yeah, I'm just glad we have all these iterations. Take care, spread love and light, and let's sign off. Or you know what? Take care and let's sign off and let's fly away.